There's one. Set for stun.
Three guys sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is Unique Geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the Unique Geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of Dragon Con, the podcast that tips us over and pours us out. And joining us, as always, or well, joining me as always, is Lee.
Hello. I don't what? Have you been singing my little teabag?
Well, because the topic is tips, so it tips me.
Oh, tip
Over.
over it. Okay, and I will introduce Rocks of Spaz House, who is also going to give us her tips. So we're just going to talk fandom today.
Tips to
Rock
keep
is-
you alive.
I can
And
see
as
Rock-
a reminder, those of you that are watching can also share your tips in the comments, and I'll bring them up, assuming that they're I'm not gonna say screen-worthy, but assuming that they're not vulgar.
yeah.
Clean tips, people. Clean tips.
Clean. We keep this. We do our bestest to keep it PG-13, even
Yes.
though I'm on it.
So there's certain parties we don't need to know how to find, that kind of thing.
No.
No, not on this podcast. I'm sure on other podcasts that's a possibility.
And I am sure there is a group that will help.
I'm sure
you
there's a group for everyone.
Oh,
There's kind of thing.
So hey, Lee, is there anything new on the Dragon
There
Con
is a
site?
couple, and I wanted to say, so we've got a few people coming. We've got Laz Alonso, who is coming now. We've got Tomer Capon, and you might know him from The Boys on Amazon, but I actually saw him on Hostages and Fada, which were streaming on one of the many streaming services, and he was excellent in both of those. We got Jesse Usher, who was the fastest guy, which I now cannot remember. A-Train.
A-Train, yeah.
A-Train. I just knew he was the fastest guy, and I liked him. He's there. And then Jim Butcher, who
Oh,
is
very good.
And Dominique Eligot. So
Yeah, so we got a lot of the boys that came.
got a lot of the boys.
I like that show.
I love it. I can't wait for season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be season
Yeah.
3. That's not a show that you watch with young. Well, I mean, I can't tell you how to raise your kids, but I'll say probably not appropriate for anyone less than a teenager at the very least.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't tell people how to raise their kids either. I would be uncomfortable watching that show with my 13-year-old niece. Now, my 22-year-old son, I would be embarrassed watching with, but for different reasons. In that, it's just like, yeah, you watch The Boys at your house.
He's 23.
22. Yep.
Get out.
I know. He was very upset that last year didn't happen because he would have been able to drink legally at con.
Yeah, and there would be the visit to the Claremont Lounge.
Nobody needs to.
Nobody needs to go
I'll
there.
take
It's okay.
somebody to Claremont, but nobody needs to go to Claremont unless you're worried about having a staph infection, or unless you want to get a staph infection. So, yeah.
And by that you mean infections from the staff?
Yes.
No, I actually just mean because that I don't know when that floor's last been cleaned. But yeah, Claremont. If you see me, ask me about the Claremont at con. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
But not here.
Excuse me, sorry. That was Yan. Oh,
Okay, so-
that brings up a
now-
rule that we probably should follow.
What's the rule, John? I think it's about getting 4 hours of sleep.
That would be the rule. Yes. Get
Don't
4
you wanna
hours
have
of
a
sleep.
the same size, John?
What's that?
Don't you want to have us all the same size in boxes?
Oh, what are you saying? Who's
wants
the
to make
director?
it-
Who's the
yeah.
director and who's the producer here?
You're both. I think.
And who's the talent? Who's talent here, Lee?
Ooh.
None
I
of us, I
don't
guess.
know.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I suddenly went.
Weird.
What's his name? I can't remember. It's Christian Bale. I don't know why I suddenly went Christian Bale on you guys.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'll go yell at a lighting guy
Yeah.
somewhere.
I'm a talent, and I'm nicer than him. Yeah.
All right. So we want to talk about tips and tricks for Dragon Con, and also go over the four basic rules.
Four
And I don't know if
basic-
we want to add
those
more
are
rules at this
Lee's-
point, but yeah.
Those are Lee's four
Basic rules. These are the 3 basic rules, but it's 1, 2, and 4 that you need to know. And Rox has survival.
I have
tips.
guidelines.
He has a guide.
Mine's
Like
different.
she wrote it all out and stuff. So did I. But yeah. But one of my big ones, in John, is you're yawning. It's actually you bring up 2 tips. Number 1 is get sleep.
Yes.
I think 4 hours is minimum.
The younger you are, you can get on 4 hours of sleep. The older you are, I can skip that rave party.
Let's get
Yes.
party, yes. And then the other tip, though, is John, the reason he's yawning and making us yawn is as I talk about it, and I just had a nap. But the other thing is exercise. If you regularly exercise, every one of the hotels, well, I can't say everyone, but I know the 5 host hotels and probably ones right around that area, the bigger ones, have exercise rooms.
Yep.
So if that's what you do. There are also running groups that go together and run.
There's also a walking group.
There's a walking
I
group.
forgot what there's one writer that does a walking group
Yep.
in the morning. I forgot. Is it Stackpool? I'm not sure.
Might be Stackpool.
Don't quote me on
Don't quote me on anything.
Oh no, I think it's Anderson, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. Well, they're often together in panels and stuff. So yeah.
And
But, yeah.
and one
And-
more.
Yes.
I don't know if she's showing Erin Gray
I'm gonna go look. I think so.
because
but
she always had her Tai Chi.
yes. She has her Tai Chi, and it's a very good Tai Chi. You do have
It's
to
excellent. I've taken
buy a
it.
ticket for it, but it's wonderful. And I now have to look through people alphabetically, Rock, because I look by that. But I'm going. Hold on.
It's
And
GR.
GR.
Yeah. Now that's where I always get stumble up. Is it EY or AY?
I will tell you, it's
I
AY.
think I should- I
And
think
yes,
this
she's going to be there.
So take her Tai Chi.
Yep.
I think she charged for in person. It's like $20, but you
Mhm.
know what? It's Erin Gray. She's excellent. If you
She
saw
really
the virtual, and participated, I did off of the virtual Tai Chi. She was
Ooh.
excellent for a whole hour. It was fantastic.
Yep.
And I think 300 people logged in to watch
That's
it.
very cool. Oh, I wish
Yeah.
I could have.
It was early, you
Mm.
know.
Well,
So you were
not-
getting your sleep.
do other things. Trying to make sure things would do things.
So,
But,
but yeah,
yeah.
exercise is really good. Here's the thing about Dragon Con on the exercise portion is it is a marathon.
It
Okay.
is.
Start now. Okay. Look, think of it this way. Go outside in the day ball outside for
And
20
enjoy
for
yourself.
20 minutes.
Right.
And
Do it
you
where
know,
it's
just if you're not used to working, walking or something,
Mhm.
start now. Bring the shoes you broke in. Don't bring shoes. I know costume people, you've been wearing your shoes. You know what you to do. But for some people, they buy new shoes and they're not broken in.
Break them in, because I promise you there is nothing worse than a blister at Dragon Con. because what happens is you still want to walk everywhere and you still try to walk everywhere, and then you walk funny. And then there's blood in your sock, and you're like, ooh, I didn't need to have blood in my sock.
Yeah.
It's gross. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Break them in.
That just
And I will also say cosplayers, and you'll see them a lot, that they have their shoes for their cosplay, but then they might actually have some other little shoes hidden somewhere so that they can take them off if they're walking and doing other things. But, you know, do that. Have a comfy pair of shoes. Have comfy
Yeah.
socks. Break everything in.
Mhm.
This isn't the time to bring new stuff.
right.
Bring you be comfortable too. It's gonna be Rox is talking about 20 minutes a day outside. First of all, yes. Second of all, if you can find some place where it's at least 90 degrees and humidity is at least 50%, that's probably the best, because you never
Yeah.
know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, as we record this, you have 25 days before official start of Dragon Con, so probably like 23 days before you
Yep.
really hit Dragon Con. If you can have access to a sauna and start
There
training
you
there,
go.
because
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that's Atlanta. That's
Well,
Atlanta. In the,
So the reason I say this, I am the outdoor person out of
Right.
all the group. Okay, so I bring a bike, and
Yes.
so I navigate outside as much as possible. And due to the situation, not that I know what is going to happen, but being outside would probably be your best bet on navigating from one hotel to another.
Yep. And also, okay, so I didn't know this, Kung Pao Kirby. Boots before corset. Oh, that makes sense, though, because you can't bend down to put your boots on after you got your corset. That is a very smart rule.
It's handy. It's breathing.
I'm sure that for us, we're not wearing corsets, but
I've only
for
worn- I've
those
only
that have
worn
had to
one.
put on a corset probably got that down at this point.
I had to put on one once, and I felt like I was just, it was very, very tight. And somebody even said to me, oh, I can make it tighter. And I went, no, I'd like to keep my ribs not cracked. And
I like to keep my
breathe.
spleen where it is.
Yeah,
Thank
I'd like
you.
to be able to
Hydrate. Thank you, Rob.
Like-
Yes, we were
yes.
going to go with that one.
We have hydrate down, and hydrate's a big one. There is water everywhere, all around. It's going to be in each track room. It's going to be in all of main programming. Yeah, well,
It's water.
It's water. It's going to be everywhere. And if you're like, oh, I don't mean what, well, do what I do. Get the little single serving packs of fruit punch or high C or whatever, and bring them with you, and you can put it in it and
Mhm.
shake it up, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
But hydration.
Total
Right.
hydration. Yes. It's part of that
And-
marathon thing.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon. Once you look at your schedule and that you know that you want to be in so many places and stuff, and you're going to be waiting in lines, or you'll be waiting in lines outside of the buildings. Don't forget, that's how the Hyatt works. So you're outside for at least an hour before your hour show. So
Where you can even get close to going into
mhm.
your hour show. Also, that's because you are going to be outside. Sunscreen and moisturizer, folks, and that goes along with kind of the hydrate, and also that we are killing our planet. Well, you're gonna get, if you're gonna get burned, you're gonna get burned faster. So put on that sunscreen. My husband puts it on every day. Very, very pale man with a lot of freckles. Scott Irish, and yeah, he gets more freckles at Dragon. I mean, they come out, and even though he puts on 50. He gets
And trust me, the sun finds you indoors there. It's specific at Dragon Con. It finds you indoors.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can incorporate an umbrella or something like that, that's also
yeah.
not a bad idea. Also, just carrying an umbrella in Atlanta in general, if you can get a small one, because storms will come, much like in Tampa, storms will come through
It's monsoon
without a
season.
notice.
Yes,
You
without
never
any
know.
notice.
Yep.
that is correct. You can feel hungover.
You can
without
feel
ever
hungover,
Yes,
Jess,
because
with
the minute,
drinking.
okay, just a a rule of thumb, as somebody who is outside all the time, the minute you feel thirsty, you are now dehydrated.
Yep.
And that's not being a nurse or anything. That's not medical advice. That's personal experience. That the minute you feel thirsty, you are dehydrated and your brain needs it. So if you want to take in some of the panel discussions, hydrate so your brain could retain that knowledge.
Also, if you're going to take in the panel discussions, I have this book, which nobody should carry with them. But bring a small notepad if you can and put it in your backpack or whatever, because the biggest thing on that is you might want to take notes, or you might have made a new friend and you want to exchange email address.
This is
Right.
It's
There you go.
loaded. It's loaded.
Woo! It's awesome. But yeah, bring those because it really helps. Oh yeah. Every time, Dragon Con guys. John, you want to read that one?
Go ahead. Definitely. It's they're saying definitely hydrate, especially the drinkers. Every time you see a drinking station, take a drink, and they do caveat it with of water.
Of water.
Of water. And that's a good idea if you are drinking at Dragon Con, especially day drinking. One drink, one big glass of water, or iced tea. I don't care which one, but one drink, one big glass of water or tea. Ta-da!
Or
Or
if you're the PC, if you're drinking
Mm.
non-water, I say Gatorade because you're actually then pumping in your electrolytes, and as we know,
Yeah.
the other stuff, the higher end stuff, it does deplete you of your essence.
Yeah.
So
if-
Pedialyte.
I hope no one gets to that situation. But if you are in a situation where you're
There is the CVS
in a desperate
over on
situation,
Peachtree.
you can get some Pedialyte. It doesn't ever taste to me. It never tastes good when I've had to take it. Apparently there's Pedialyte Advanced single packets, which
Oh,
you just
right.
mix with water.
And there are
But,
Gatorade single packets too.
There are those
Sharon?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Sharon.
Yeah, so if you're in that situation though, where you are in a desperate situation, also it may be time to seek further attention. So
Right.
Yeah.
And
beware.
on that further attention, everybody who is a member or a volunteer has put in emergency contact information into a Venti. And that's great. I would say get one of those little white peel and stick like mailing labels or whatever. I don't care. You can put it on a piece of tape for all I care, as long as you can read it. And put down the name of your emergency contact and a number. As a track director, I have had somebody who did have a problem. He was diabetic and had low blood sugar, and we had to take him out, which was awesome. We just kept on with the panel. That was great. But we took him out, and the EMTs came and helped. But if he hadn't had his emergency contact right beside him, that would have been very problematic. I wouldn't have known that it was because he was diabetic or anything like that. And so, yeah, if just for everybody, I always say that's a really good idea. Put it on the back, emergency contact. And we don't care if it's a first name, a last name, whatever. Put their name and a phone number.
Could be
and-
your badge name, what you go by.
Yeah, it should be a badge name. We don't really care. It's just we really want to be able to contact you. And
Actually,
sometimes-
here's the thing. If you
Yeah.
put the badge name down, then that person, it's like, hey, is this Galaxy, Queen? Then here's the thing. Then it's somebody from DragonCon
Right.
contacting you.
right.
So it's a handy, then
Handy
it's
Yeah.
and not a Nigerian prince trying to scam
Right.
you.
You're trying to scam me. Exactly. So that's always good. Oh.
Yes. Priority from Zan. Learn where all the bathrooms are before you need to know. Yes. Plan for breaks.
Break.
From Jess. So
important.
the Marriotts are really easy. They're the beautiful bank of bathrooms near the Pulse Bar.
Mm-hmm.
the bathrooms in the Hyatt are is that the concourse floor where they used to have the bands near the art show?
Art show. Yeah.
So there's
They're all-
bathrooms there.
Most of the Hyatt are against the wall that if you're going down the escalator, it's behind you.
Mhm.
Most of them
Yes.
in the Hyatt are there. If you're in the Marriott, most of them are on the side.
Yeah.
If you look towards wherever a restaurant might be or whatever, it's usually on that. In the Sheraton, usually they're at the end of a hall.
Yep.
I do not know the Hilton or the Westin.
The
But-
Westin is, there's one down near the Starbucks,
Okay.
I believe.
That would be like the main floor.
Yeah. The main floor.
Mhm.
And then that's the Tesseract Hotel. So what is ground floor is lower level on another. Then there's lower level. That one, look at the map.
It is a Tesseract. It is a
It is.
Tesseract.
It is.
It's really good. I actually now starting to think about it. I bet that's where some of the hallways from Loki are because they're in big circles, and that
Yeah.
would have to be the Westin.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but don't know for sure, but just curious now that I think about it. But yeah, that's the bathrooms, and don't be embarrassed about just saying, "Hey, does anybody know where the bathroom is?" Because
Mhm.
I promise you, somebody behind you or somebody around you needs to know.
To that point, Zan points out that every host hotel has the information services booth, so you can always ask them as well where the bathrooms are, or anything really.
Right.
Yes.
You can ask. They have a lot of information. They'll be able to tell you. First of all, they'll be able to tell you which hotel you're in.
Yeah.
Second of all,
That is.
go for it. Yeah, read it out,
Oh.
John.
Yeah.
Lord Brocks.
John.
Sorry, that Jess also. I was going to point out that Jess also said that there's bathrooms near all the ballrooms as well, typically.
Yes, that's exactly right. So you got them all over. I will also say in the Marriott, Sear might tell you have to go outside to go to the bathroom. You don't. You go up to the front, and then there's that big room that looks like it's a private dining space.
Which it is.
Go around that, not towards the hostess stand, but the other side, and there are bathrooms right there. You can get in them that way instead of going around.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And by the way, welcome to Bathroom Talk here on the Unique.
Yeah.
and welcome to the bathroom. Hey, bathrooms are important.
They are, because so you use your bathrooms, of course, for your number one items, for need. If you're into costuming, sometimes that's where you go and fix your costume. So, I know in my survival guide I made a few years ago, some of the things to carry, nail clippers. Oh dear God. Do you ever have that hangnail that just pops up only during a convention and it clips on everything? It drives you crazy.
Hurts, and he keeps trying to get
Hurts and it catches on everything. So nail clippers, if you're a costumer, little needle kit, women, your products and stuff like that.
Yep.
And here's the thing. If you forget, don't be embarrassed if you go into the female's bathroom and said, "Hey, does anyone have tampons, Playtex, whatever?"
or
I
a
forgot.
sewing kit. You can even say, or a sewing kit.
Yeah, or a
'Cause
sewing kit.
it's not just
Yes.
always cosplayers that might. You might have torn your jeans a little too
Yeah.
much more than they meant to be torn, and you just need a quick sew up until you can go change them. Things like that.
I had a sandal blowout,
Mm,
and there was this guy he was the costume repair guy. I
yes,
said, "Hey, my sandal came apart," and he had glue,
there you go.
and he didn't charge me. It was great. So find that guy too.
And there is actually, we're really trying to get costuming on because there is a place where they have costuming repair, and it's near the costuming track, which has moved. So now I'm confused. But yeah, so we're gonna really try to get that on. But that's really helpful too if you are a cosplayer. There was something else you said while we were talking about. Oh, also when you go in there and you might say, "Hey, I need the things that you need when you think about like when you're sitting at your work desk, for me, it's always eye drops, some kind of moisturizer that does not smell because I just can't stand it. And also like mints or whatever. I need those things. And so if I need them, if I'm sitting at work or even if I'm sitting at home, guess what? I need to throw them in a bag. And everybody's always like, oh, I forget my essentials. Oh, but the good news is no matter what you forget, if it's able to do it, there's a CVS.
Yep.
But did you know, Rox, and you probably do know this, dry erase markers are great to use on mirrors.
Yes, they are.
And you know what I've already started doing? I got a Dragon Con list on my mirror. So that if I'm standing there in the bathroom brushing my teeth or doing whatever else, and then I'm like,
Oh my gosh, that is really handy. Yeah.
Yep. So and
Especially oh my gosh, that is really handy, especially if you did that in your hotel room. And because like the Hyatt hotel elevators are very slow. So, or even the Marriott. So if you forget, make down your to-do list if you need to in the bathroom, and then you won't forget it and stuff.
And if you leave a nice note for housekeeping,
we love you, housekeeping.
What?
We love you, housekeeping.
We love housekeeping. John, yeah, tip your housekeeping staff every day. But we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, if you say, please do not erase. If you are nice to housekeeping, housekeeping is usually nice to you. If you say, please, we need 2 more towels. Don't say, yeah. Don't. Please, we need 2 more towels. You can leave them little notes. I have left it before saying, please leave more glasses because I like glasses if I'm drinking water in a hotel room. I'm weird. I don't like to use plastic. I don't like to use the plastic bottles. So if I can do that, that's good. And if you say please, and if they can do it, they'll help.
Oh yeah.
But tipping, Rox, we're about to talk. Be nice to housekeeping.
Oh my gosh. Be nice to everybody.
Be nice to everybody.
We've come off a really hard year. This year is just as challenging. Be nice to everybody.
Yes. A couple of things before we wrap up, additional things that you might want to put in your or bring with you that you might not be thinking of. Toilet paper, flushable wipes. Sharon points out.
Sharon, very good.
Also points out that the put your contact info on your con bag. She's lost her bag before and Lost and Found couldn't find her. So, put your information on basically everything. We talked about putting on the back of your badge for emergency contacts, that kind of thing.
I'm actually thinking about writing on my husband, if in gaming more than 24 hours, return to leave.
Oh, no. Put, one of those Paddington Bear tags.
I actually have some of those, and I am thinking about doing that too.
So
he'll stay in there 24/7 if somebody, yeah.
Earlier we were talking about trying to, go into information services to determine which hotel you're in. Zan has a different tip for that, which is, not that one. Memorize the hotel carpets, and you can tell where you are.
That's right.
Just memorize the hotel carpets. They're all different.
Not a lot.
One more bit of information just for your carry-all. The hotels are loud. When you get a lot of people together, okay. These are Shure earbuds, and I know Scott wears earphones, and sometimes we walk around with them off, but they cut some of the decibel noises down. So, the older you get, the more you want to keep your hearing. So
the more those loud kids start bothering you.
Absolutely. So I just walk around with these and, off, and all it does is, cut down some of the decibels. Just to be aware.
No, that's a good one. And I think if you're bringing kids too, a lot of people, you'll see them have the little headphones over babies, and that's fine. I've also found that the cheapy kind of noise reduction earplugs,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
little kind of foamy
The
plastic.
little foamy
They
ones.
can help
yeah.
a lot too, because they, again, it's not gone, but that kind of noise is less, and they're good.
Yes.
Earplugs. Oh, if you are on a low level at the Hyatt, the Marriott, probably the Hilton. And
Oh,
Just share-
yeah.
if you have problems going to sleep, you need to figure out if you need a white noise machine or a white noise app and or earplugs, because sometimes that noise rises,
Sound
Yes.
rises.
sound goes everywhere, and boy oh boy does it love the acoustics in those big beautiful atriums in the Hyatt and the Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
Loves them. Likes them in the Hilton, but the Hilton usually it really is the first like 15, 10 maybe. I've heard it at 10, and it depends on who you are. Certain levels are certainly,
Yeah.
just know.
Yeah.
Possibility.
This is a tip, and I know we're trying to get over to tipping and whatnot. We'll do that in just a second, but and we should probably, well, we'll talk about it in just a second. But this is another tip for lost and found in that area that Kung Pao Kirby brings up is make your lock screen have your name and where your hotel is. So if someone finds it, they'll be able to know what hotel to return it to.
Oh,
and
very
that's
good.
something that I actually did have a friend that did lose their cell phone. They did eventually track it down and find it, but yeah, it's something that I saw. I think we started seeing that tip, and it's good that you reminded us, Kung Pao, that started happening. I guess about 4, 5, 6 years ago, when before when we all had flip phones. Remember back then? That was an issue.
Burner
But, yeah.
phones.
But yeah, as we started getting these ones where we actually have a screen on it, and yeah, you can just take a picture of. You can just write something on a piece of paper and just take a picture of it and make that your lock screen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you how to do that because that's Google.
Google's
your friend.
it.
But yeah, do that because everyone can turn on the lock screen, and see where it is. Also, if your phone has a capability, probably for the weekend at least, turning on your locate my device on that would also be.
Oh, absolutely.
Optional.
Yeah. So
Or-
here's the springboarding on that. So if you have multiple devices, make sure you pair them all up so you can then find, if you drop your iPad and stuff like that, you can find all your crap.
And Lost and Found is only at one place in the Hyatt, but all the hotels take it to the Hyatt every day, and I think they take it more than once. So you're doing that. And I just want to say, by the way, if y'all go to Info Services, one of the little boxes, if there's a young man who looks a little like me wearing glasses, say hi, Duncan. Your mom said say hi, because first of all, it'll drive him crazy, and second of all, you'll make me happy, because as a mom, making him crazy is kind of the only joy I have because I'm old. It's fine. All right, all done. Hi, Duncan.
Zan did also suggest bring a sleeping mask so no accidental light wakes you up. You can find a decent one. You can find a decent one. Rob is trying to
No.
Entice. There's enticement.
on Amazon. They do have them. I actually at my house I have a sleep mask that actually has a built-in Bluetooth speakers, so then I can also
Very
hear
cool.
white noise or whatever at the same time. That just sort of sits on top of the ear and it doesn't bother my wife or anything because it's not loud enough for them to hear. It's more directional, and it's I don't know. I think it was like $12 or something. I don't know, but it's really nice.
Remember to rest.
To rest. Take rest breaks, even if it's just sitting down for a few minutes and breathing.
Even if it's my favorite resting place. Oh, airtag. Okay.
Airtags
Yes.
are top. Was a good idea.
My favorite place to just hang out is near the Lions of going into the Marriott for people watching.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just people watching and you're just resting. You're not doing anything and you still got your sensory, there's stuff going on and stuff.
And there's some
That's-
stairs there that you actually can sit on because those doors don't work during parts of con. So
Right.
that's a nice little, if there's a space. Now, I think at the Marriott, that's also kind of their smoking area. Just FYI, do that. And that's a great idea, Rob. John, you want to read that one out?
Oh yeah. Rob says rest and watch some of the big panels in your hotel room. That's another option here. If you're in one of the official hotel rooms, or just get the streaming.
Yep.
And the streaming is already on sale, folks. It's already in the store. So
All
written
right.
merchandise on DragonCon.org. You can get it now. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember taking a break and watching, the Carrie Fisher Star Wars panel. It was great. It was you're just kicking back and it was fun. Especially if a popular panel is going to be packed, and when you get to the line, it's already around the block.
Yeah, well,
Right.
remember they are this year stopping people from even getting into the line if they're not going to.
Oh,
That's my understanding, at least.
Right.
okay.
That was one of the rules, and remember the rooms are capped at a lower rate this year
At a lower
as well.
capacity this year.
Lower capacity,
On
yeah.
purpose.
Okay.
So that we have more space between us and
Okay.
But Atlanta still has that mask rule, as does DragonCon, as do all the hotels. You gotta wear a mask indoors at DragonCon.
Yeah, and we did mention that we will ask operation folks about what about when you're in line? Do you have to have the mask on? My gut tells me probably not, but my gut is just it's not the official word from DragonCon. So.
And you be you, because I'm probably going to be wearing one pretty much all the time unless I just really gotta just.
I saw on Facebook where some people are exchanging ideas on like cane chairs or handy little stools.
Mm,
So if you're
there are a lot of
didn't-
those that are pretty cheap.
yes,
now.
and if you didn't sign up for what is that called? If assistance, if you can get like
disability
first,
services. Yeah.
yes. So if you didn't get that, or if you're able,
Well-
but it's just still hot, and look at you've got a couple weeks. Find a really good cane chair or something, and incorporate it into your outfit.
And we will have disability services on. They always
Yeah.
come on, and that's always good. But if you go to disability services and say you have a disability, you're getting a sticker. It's in the Sheraton where registration is.
They have a couple of questions they'll ask you or whatever, but we'll talk with disability services, and I'll just say this as my PSA: don't abuse that service.
Don't.
I mean, there are people that and the other caveat, which we'll probably repeat several times when we talk disability services, is just because a person looks like they don't have a disability doesn't mean that they don't have a disability.
Correct.
John, would you know anybody like that?
I know lots of people like that. And I know some people that may even be here.
It might even be here and above you in kind of the Alice Brady or the whatever kind of area I would be. Yeah. Actually, Rox, you would be Alice because you would be.
I'm Alice. Yeah, I
you
got
would
the
be
hair.
Cool being Alice. I'd be the mom, but that's okay. But I'm not blonde.
All right, Mrs. Brady.
Um,
And you know what? Alice would be
Mhm.
making sure you ate.
mm-hmm.
Sharon notes that she has used the streaming inline, the streaming service inline,
Oh.
and when they didn't get in to watch the panel, they just watched it on the phone.
That's a great idea too, because if you want to go to 2 back-to-back panels, remember DragonCon clears the room each and every time of the big panels. Doesn't matter if you're going to be back in that room just again.
Yeah, so if Diamond Dallas Page is on, panel at from 10 to 11, and then from 11, I guess it would be 11. I'm
11:30.
not sure what the time. 11:30 to 12:30 is The Rock. You can't go back to back to those, so you'll have to pick one or the other.
Pick one.
But you
Pick
could,
one.
And as I will say again, The Rock is not an official guest of Dragon Con.
I don't track about.
And I'm just saying that because that's
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Dwayne Johnson. So Dwayne Johnson is at 11:30.
nor is he a current guest at Dragon Con. Although there might be a Dwayne Johnson who's like a screenwriter who is, and I'm feeling really bad if he is. So I didn't look.
That would be awesome. Actually, I'm kind of hoping there is.
No,
Actually, I'm changing.
Look,
I'm changing my badge name to Dwayne Johnson.
I actually think you should change your badge name to The Rock and somehow make it so that everybody
The Rock.
the Rock.
I can't get Unique Geek,
I
but
can
so I have the
change
Unique Geek, so I'll
mine
be the Rock.
The
Or-
Rock of Spaz House.
The Rock of Spaz House, or the Unique Rock.
Mike is thrilled that the Rock will be here this year.
He is not on that
See
official
what you
list,
did.
Mike. Mike, he is not on the official guest list. That is all I'm going to say. And
Rob
nor is
swears some
Dwayne
guy named Dwayne
Johnson
Johnson from Modesto is going to be there. So
Rob, stop. Don't help John. Tipping. We're going to get to tipping right now. Tip your housekeeping.
Tip. All right. Here's the thing. Tip housekeeping.
Mhm.
If you have, yes. If
Daily.
daily. If you
Yeah,
have
let's-
costume, here's the thing. If you have a lot of luggage, tip your
Porter.
red cap.
Red cap porter.
Yes.
just
Um,
for the record, Rose,
Oh man.
Rock's not coming. The Rock's not coming. Just I'm going to say that because if I let this get out of control as I have,
You
then
already have.
Regina gets mad at me.
will find you, and you will be in such trouble. And I'm gonna sit back and go. I kept.
I mean he might be coming to be clear, but
Dwayne
probable-
Johnson, nor The Rock are on.
probable
Dwayne
versus possible.
today.
It's possible he could be coming. Probable, no.
Tipping.
Uh,
housekeeping.
yeah.
If you bring a lot of luggage, especially heavy luggage, tip
All
the
right, yeah,
porters,
it-
the red caps, whatever
because
terms
they'll
we now
they'll
use.
bring.
I don't
Here's
know.
the thing, and I know some people are like, "No, don't touch my stuff." These guys know what they're doing. Okay, they do. They're super. You know, I bring a bike. I've had it where I shipped my bike,
Mhm.
and it was perfect. Here you go. Thank you. They handled it. You know, because I mailed it to them, and they handled it really well. Nothing wrong. You know, nothing was wrong with it. So, yeah, tip your bellhop or porters. If you're eating out, not so much at the food court, but if you're going out and sitting down for a meal with a wait staff, please tip them.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the people that work in downtown love Dragon Con. A lot of them are, professional wait staff, and, they love us as much as we love them. So
Now I do want to say something since we're on this topic.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Tip anybody who's providing you service, really.
Yeah.
But as far as housekeeping, I've stayed at a few hotels during this last year and a half, and the housekeeping rules might have changed in the hotel that you're in. They might not be cleaning every day. I'm sure you're aware, many of you are aware that there is, in some cases, staffing shortages.
Yep.
So they may not have all of the things that you're used to in previous years of Dragon Con. Now, granted, they're capping the number of people, so hopefully, maybe that'll help. But just be aware that you may not be able to get your room cleaned every day. It may not be. So as we've said before with Dragon Con, always be ready to change your plans, to be flexible, but especially this year, be very, very flexible.
So
in your-
here's an idea, and I
But
know some of the
just hold on. Sorry, sorry to cut you off, Rox. But I did want to. I want to add one more thing. Just because they don't clean your room every day, don't tip them less.
Right.
Understand the reason why they can't is because they're under a lot of pressure right now to get to do things even better, make things even cleaner for you. So
As we talk about the rooms too, the other thing is that you can say, and I'm sure each and every one of the hotels will have this, that if you want to reuse your towels, hang them up. If you do that. If you don't, I don't care if my bed is got clean sheets every day. I don't. We put it down on there that they don't need to change the sheets. They make the bed always, but we're like, you don't got to change your sheets every day. And they do it like once every 3 days or something, or once every other day or whatever. So, if you can take something off of them, take it off. If you're someone who is like, you don't even need to come in housekeeping, that's great. But at the end of con, they've got to come in.
Yeah, they do.
Who
Yes.
knows what you've done? I will say you can, if you already know you're going to have a big group, bring in some of those big black garbage bags.
Yep.
That carry stuff, and you can close it, and you can actually leave it outside your door or inside your door, and they'll take it. Try not to make it too heavy or whatever else, but they'll take that. And if you can do things to make their jobs a little easier, a little faster, I always leave all our towels in one place, all of that kind of stuff. It really will help them. And the other thing is that housekeeping, if you're somebody who is not high maintenance, you didn't leave a lot of mess, you didn't do that, I usually do $2 a day. Dragon Con, I'm usually a little more generous just because they like us and we like
They
them.
love
and
us.
usually so wonderful to us. And Rob said, say hello when you see housekeeping. I
Yep.
say hello to everybody. I mean, I'm Southern, so do that. Say hello to people. Just be nice. But do tip, and the place I always leave it on is absolutely on the pillow if I don't have one of the little envelopes, because nobody drops change or dollar bills right in the pile on the pillow. So
Right.
there you go.
Yes.
yeah, and keep your and do set up your tipping money, set it aside so that you don't accidentally spend it at
In the dealer
in the
room.
dealer room or someplace else. Yeah.
And bring ones and fives, because go to the bank. You're gonna have to go to a bank. I like bringing ones and fives.
So also, like last day, if you're doing a lot of shopping, think about shipping your stuff. There has been people will buy swords, and if they're flying and stuff, unless you do check luggage, you might find yourself at the FedEx store on Monday morning or Sunday morning, trying to ship your stuff out. So I don't know if the FedEx is open on Monday in the Hilton.
Usually is, and I'm sorry, I'm like closing my eyes because the FedEx is in the Marriott, if I'm correct. And
I thought it was in the Hilton.
I don't know where it is. Wherever FedEx.
Yeah. Okay. There is
Marriott.
Marriott. Yeah.
FedEx John is the one that you will see with the googly eye under his googly eyes, the Cult of John. Look it up if you don't know. It is all over there. The UPS store in Fullerton is closed. Yeah, I heard about that. But that's a really good one too. Sharon says get cash ahead anyway. The ATMs will run out. There are a gajillion of them in a 3-minute walk, 5-minute walk around Dragon Con, and they will all run out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because do keep in mind that even though we're concerned here about Dragon Con, there is actual
Football.
in theory football games going on
Football games.
Yes.
that weekend as well. So they'll be pulling cash out. Those folks will be pulling cash out as well. Although here at the stadiums locally, they've stopped taking cash. Period. That you have to
want a card. Yeah.
completely cashless. Kung Pao Kirby also points out that keep in mind, even though you may not want someone coming into your room, they do. The hotels may require someone to go in there every once in a while to
Yeah.
verify that
Safety
you know
check.
everything is okay for safety reasons.
Yes.
And because what popped into my head was, oh well, don't ever come in here. But and that person has passed on.
If
And then,
you're
well,
if you're
or you can get
traveling
Dexter. I think of Dexter now.
if you're traveling from out of town,
Mhm.
okay, let your bank know where you're going to be. Amex, sometimes they don't care, but other banks, call them ahead of time before you leave. Like, hey, I'm going to be in Atlanta for X amount of days.
Right.
And one way is to use your one special credit card so that when you get the bill you can sort of say, oh yeah, that's I know this, I got my sword here, I got my lightsaber here, and it helps you down the road.
Right. And also helps you because if you see an Atlanta charge on another card, you can be like, I don't think I used that card.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can look at it, and do look at it 30 days right when you get your bill, because you can file those dispute things as soon as you know it, you file
Yeah.
it. So just FYI, these are like, adulting tips, but also Dragon Con tips, because that's a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got tipping wait staff, as Rock said. But the other thing I will tell you right now, 2 meals a day, folks, as this goes with tipping, and at least one of them must be sit down. It must.
Yeah,
I don't
to
care
that
food court.
point, the food court's probably going to be a decent option. There's been a lot of talk on the various Dragon Con Facebook places, and Rob pointed out that some hotel restaurants are still closed currently. There is a staffing shortage just in general in the hospitality industry.
Yep.
For various reasons. But we're not getting into that, but be aware that you may be waiting longer than you have in the past to be seated in some places. Some places, and this just happened to me in Jacksonville of all places. I was up there to see my daughter. That it was a Monday here, and Rox will appreciate this. Rox will appreciate this because she lives in Jacksonville. And she's probably going, "Wait, why were you here and you did not call me?"
I know.
But it was a Monday. No particular holiday Monday or anything like that. At 10:30, we had to go to 3 different restaurants before we could get a wait time less than 45 minutes.
In the morning?
In the morning in Jacksonville.
Where did you go?
Well, we tried to go to Kiki's.
Oh, okay. So
First we tried to go to Kiki's, then we tried to go to Broken Egg, and then we wound up going to, I want to say it was a Metro Diner, but that's not right. A different diner. And they were packed too. And we called ahead. That's the funny part. We called ahead to the third place, and we're like, "Do you have seats?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not busy at all." And we're like, "Yeah, that's what these other 2 people told us, but they're busy." She goes, "Oh, it's a Monday. It's not gonna be." We got there. There was a line going out the door.
Packed.
Yeah, we're like, "Wait a minute."
Wow.
Some of the hotels, they might be reopened, but the issue there is that they're not at full capacity.
Oh, so
So-
Kung Pao wrote that
Yeah, you want to bring that one?
Sear reopened, and I love Sear. They have one of the best buffets. Polaris is still closed. I haven't yet eaten there. Peachtree Center told me on Twitter they will updating the list available food on their website.
There you go.
Yeah, so,
So
be
what
prepared. Be prepared by bringing some of your own food as well.
Snacks in that survival bag.
So there's restaurants along Peachtree, so you may need to forage further out. Now here's something. There is several Publix. So if you're going to have to bring your food, there is Publix on, and I made that click noise because I can't remember. It's further up towards Midtown. There's a Publix, so you can get sandwiches and stuff. There might be restaurants further up out of the way from that's, Dragon Con Center. So you might have to think about going further out.
And
Mm.
there is MARTA. You don't have to get in a car to do this. If you know,
Yeah.
there are some great places just right up the North Line or right down the South Line.
Is Vortex open?
The last I heard, the Vortex was open. Yes,
There you go.
So
I'll make sure of that.
Jess is wondering. I think it's Ponce or North Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
North
Go
has-
there.
Oh yeah.
That might be where the yeah. Now the other thing that I have seen, and this, and Lee, I'll defer to you since you are the local there. Some restaurants are requiring a vaccination proof before they will let you in to eat inside the restaurant in the Atlanta area. Now,
So
I have
scan.
not-
So if you have your vaccination card, scan it into like a scanner app, so you have it available.
Oh,
Put
no.
it in your favorites so that you have it, so you can bring it up if you have to.
Yeah, but I actually keep mine with my credit card. Vortex is open. Kung Pao Curry got me right as I was about to say it. Yeah, Vortex is still open, and there's a Vortex if you go to
Little
the Midtown
5.
Station. It's there, but you can also get the Little 5. Little 5 isn't just a MARTA train trip.
Right.
One in Vortex in Midtown is. The Vortex in Little 5 Points takes a bus at least,
Does.
but you can still get there in
Well,
Atlanta.
you can. So you can take the. Is it East
Or Uber.
West?
There's lots of places. What?
Yeah,
Which
there's
one?
Uber. So you can take the East West. So you go down to the hub, and then you
Yeah.
take, and then you walk through the park, and then you're in Little
Yeah.
5.
Yes,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. Here's the
not
thing.
really.
Become adventurous. Okay, this is my rule. I do this all the time. Uh, you're gonna have to rethink some of Dragon Con. Go see
rethink a lot of
Atlanta.
Dragon Con this year, but go on. Yeah.
Go see Atlanta. Okay,
No.
just go see Atlanta.
And Atlanta is
venture
very
out.
adventurous if you love Asian food. Well, actually, if you like any type of food, Buford Highway is great, and I have no idea what it will cost on Uber, but I cannot believe, depending on the time, that it would be that
Take
bad.
a couple people with you.
Go with and just tell the Uber. You know, you can get the bigger Ubers. I had to do it, so you got that. And Uber or Lyft or whatever, because we're not getting sponsored by anyone. Although, if they wish to, just contact us. Yeah,
Probably prefer Lyft a little more than Uber, but
that's fine.
some practices. But anyway, Zan does point out too that if you park at the Marta Lindbergh station, they have a Publix nearby, and they also
That's
offer
it.
long-term park, possibly long bird parking as well. If you happen to be, from a Sesame Street, you might want to park there.
Yeah.
But long-term parking is what the rest of us might want.
Yeah.
There's also long-term parking at Doraville, which is on the northern side of the line. Doraville. And sorry, I sing that because there's a song called Doraville. It's great. You can ride it, and it's from Doraville to Peachtree Center, 30 minutes, 25, 30. It's all easy. Be adventurous, but beware. It's an interesting spot, but make sure to stay safe. Don't wander around at night by yourself, no matter what.
Yeah, not at night. I was thinking like daylight.
Yeah,
Stuff. So, but yeah, or take somebody with you and stuff. And here's the thing: let people know where you're going. If you have a party, like a group of people you're staying with, make sure you're checking in, because Dragon Con is now different a little bit. So everyone's having to look for food and forage and do stuff. Let everybody know where everybody is.
And Kung Pao, yes, always let somebody know where the heck you're gonna be. But Kung Pao Kirby also said, how is it getting Lyft/Uber in Atlanta? I have not had a problem getting either one. I haven't used them a lot because I do have my own car, but there have been times I am not allowed to drive. I haven't had an issue. I don't know if downtown's going to be different, in all honesty. But I will also tell you, if you get on MARTA and go one more stop, don't go down to Little 5 Points. Go north or south, either one, depending on where you're trying to get to in the end. But go there and get the lift to pick you up at the North Avenue or Art
Yeah.
Station.
Oh yeah, Art Center. Yeah.
Downtown, especially around Dragon Con. Some people may be like, "Oh, that's $40." I have no idea, but if you go a couple stations up and down the rail, there you go. Might be easier.
Sharon points out that they have a Hot Logic heating bag that heats up frozen dinners and packaging or leftovers. It's like a crock pot with a flat plate inside of a bag.
Whoa.
Sharon, I have
That's
never heard
interesting.
that.
That's
What was that called again?
witchcraft.
What was that? Hot pocket?
Hot Logic
Hot Logic.
heating bag.
Thank you,
Hot
Sharon.
Logic.
That's witchcraft.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Hot Logic. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Also,
And she also points out the DC app allows you to share your schedule with your friends too.
Yes,
So.
That's right. That
you
is
don't
right.
just have to put panels on there. You can put your own schedule.
That's
He
right.
is going to be here, and
Hmm.
let's share it with your friends. And then it's like, ooh, they know where I am. So that's always good too. And if you have Life 360 or something like that, what is it with Find My Friends on Apple? Things
Yeah,
like that.
Find My Friends. Yeah.
Those are always good to have on and make sure people know that they can find you. Make yourself
That's right.
findable to your friends. I understand, to your friends, not to everybody. But we were talking about 2 meals a day, and as I said, 1 sit down. Rest your feet, chew slowly, and eat something that is got some vegetable or fruit. Lettuce on a burger is not a vegetable. Fried potatoes are not a vegetable. Try to get something green or get a real vegetable or a real fruit in you at least once a day, because your colon will thank you. And don't always just eat fried food at Dragon Con, no matter how good it is, because, oh my
Yeah.
God, fried food's so tasty. What is this? This is the Hot Logic? Hot Logic.
Oh,
It's a
whoa. That's pretty
portable
cool.
oven.
Oh my gosh. That's witchcraft.
Okay, that is witchcraft, and that is the most awesome. Sharon, gold star. This is awesome. Never seen it. But the
Pretty
2 meals,
cool.
1 sit down. I had one more thing, and I really want to bring it up, is medication. There is a CVS. So if you forget your Advil or your Tylenol or anything like that, you're going to be able to get it at the CVS. Also, Kung Pao Kirby just put up, you can also get beer at that CVS. Just FYI. Just letting you know. But at that CVS, you can get that stuff. However, there are I don't know of many medications that if you're from another state, you can get sent to a pharmacy anymore, because there are a lot of rules about that. There came up with new laws and rules and things like that. For my one of my meds, and I'll even say it out loud because there's no shame. Mental health is for everybody. Wellbutrin, if I forgot it and I went to South Carolina, I couldn't get it. So bring your meds, bring the amount you need, and I would say think about things that could happen. This is hurricane season, or Dragon Con will be in hurricane season. If you're from a state that might be there, bring an extra 1 or 2 day of meds. You never know. And it's always a good idea. Now, if they're prescription medication, that's your prescription medication. Do take your meds. Don't take other people's meds, and don't share your meds. Your meds. Because you never know, folks. Don't take your meds.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Just say no.
Jan points out 2 things. One thing.
Oh,
The con
yeah.
suite is for snacks. It is not a substitute for a real meal.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a question about that. Is the con suite still going to be active this year?
My understanding is yes. They may limit the number of people that can be in there at a certain time, but you can go up and down that hallway on 2nd floor and spread out a little bit if that's a problem.
And Jerry points out that Alton Brown has some great recipes for high quality snack bars on the cheap. They're easy to look up, easy to make, easy to carry with you. So
I am writing that down. Alton Brown snack bar.
snack bars, yeah.
Oh, Alton
So
Brown.
all
is
the
also
other stuff
for-
is like cardboard.
Well, some of them aren't. I have a couple I like. Actually, there's one called MRE that I love it. Consuite is where it's always been, unless something has changed.
Second floor.
Second floor of the Hyatt. Do not take the elevator unless you absolutely are not able.
You have to go up the secret stairs near
The
that
secret stairs.
little the bathroom
John,
and
Stairs.
Do not follow me anywhere through to try to find the consuite. You will never get there.
So as Rox was just saying, it's over. Okay. So you're on the main lobby level. You are going like you're going to the Sky Bridge, but you're not.
you're not. You
And-
veer to the left. And
You
up.
veer to the left. You go to where their little shop right there is, and it's got a Starbucks sign. Right past that in the bathroom, there's something that says stairs. Go up
The
those.
secret sticky stairs
They're very
from
sticky.
Dragon Con guys.
Don't do. Go up those stairs. Just gotta go one flight, and ta-da! Consuite.
There you
Right
are.
there on your
Yes.
right as you come out
Yes.
between the coffee shop and the
We
bathroom.
all know.
If your feet are sticking to the ground, you found the
You
right
found the
stairs.
stairs.
Or you've
Problem
just
is-
found stairs during Dragon Con.
Yeah, see, that's kind of the problem.
It can be one of the two things.
Also,
Sticky
check with your
stairs.
hotel. If you are, I always bring a bathing suit to Dragon Con. I know Rox does and John does as well, because your pool might be open.
Your pool
check
might
with
be open.
your pool might be open, so check it. I also bring it because I stay usually at the Sheraton, and that's just a kind of a communal meeting spot too. It's really nice.
Mhm.
It's got a retractable.
The
usually-
Marriott has the jacuzzi hot tub thing. That's always fun. The Westin has a saline pool. I love
Yep.
that, and it's got a retractable roof. That's again, you have to go up. You have to go in an elevator.
Westin.
It's the Tesseract Hotel. You go through the airlock. Not kidding. And then you have to go through another room, and then there's the pool. It's on a weird floor, but it's
And
a
again-
great pool. It's saline. It's great.
And again, some amenities may not be available.
So check
The-
with your
True.
check with the hotel.
Yes.
Contact them. Let them know. Rox was talking about she shipped her bike. If you have a big suitcase or something like that, and it's got your stuff, especially if you're doing cosplay and all of that, it might be easier to ship it.
Yeah.
Usually, you want to send it at least. You want to go for at least 1 week.
3
ahead.
days. Yeah.
Well, 3 days if you overnight it, but I would always go for about a week ahead unless you have to have it. But that's always a good.
Here's the trick is UPS. It's
Mhm.
really weird. So ground from Jacksonville or somewhere around Florida, it's like overnight, even though it's ground, and it's cheaper.
Go ground. Go ground.
So check with an actual UPS rep if you
Yeah.
do that, because if you're flying, you have to make sure you figure out what is overweight and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I've seen people when they're leaving shuffling things because their luggage is now overweight and
Mhm.
stuff, and they will charge you for that.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's one of the best reasons to have a Delta Amex because that's the only reason I have a Delta Amex. I get 2 free.
Yeah.
And you got time to apply for whatever airline that might give you that. Although, also, what is it? Which one? The one that has the little plane. They don't charge for bags.
It's not Spirit. What is that
Hmm.
one?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept thinking JetBlue, but that's not it.
Yeah, but even with Southwest, there might be some juggling.
There might be. And remember,
So,
if it's
be-
weirdly sized, it's probably not going in an overhead. You're gonna have to check it.
No. So just so
on
you
your-
know how I travel is I will find the cheapest. Okay, here's the thing is if you write and you do stuff like that, sometimes trips and stuff are tax write-off. So I will get a cheap first class so I can get 3 bags
Mm-hmm.
free. So then I can ship my bike and it's priority with me or check luggage. So there's tricks.
And Jess just came up that they charge ridiculous fees on Delta for overweight bags.
Yeah.
This I can tell you.
Yes.
And if it's an
Yes.
overweight bag from overseas, it's even worse.
Yes.
Yeah, and Delta is the hub. It is in
Delta's
Atlanta, so yeah.
all
so
overweight fees are always ridiculous. So
Yeah.
be careful.
So if keep that in mind if you're traveling via the airline and stuff that think about shipping stuff home.
yeah,
I do that all the time. It's just like just throw your old your clothes
And
into
sometimes-
a box and ship it.
and if you're in the vendor room, you might want to talk to them. Also,
Yeah.
there is going to be a virtual vendor hall on Eventi again, just like last year. So if there is something you want and you're right there looking at it, talk to that vendor. Is this on your site? Because I'd rather have it shipped than try to take it home. And that might be good. But that's really important too. Driving, you can prepay for parking on Spot Hero. Oh,
Huh.
Driving on site has parking info. Very good.
Wow.
Every host hotel charges for parking. Every one. You need to check with your hotel if you are bringing a car whether that parking includes in and out privileges.
yeah, and as Kevin pointed out in an earlier podcast, that
The
it
Western
was Kevin, right?
Yeah, it was Kevin.
Yeah, Grum. That if you're parking in the public parking areas, they will change the rates on you. And in the public private parking lots, not like MARTA or something like that, but the public parking lots, they will change the rates on you, and you will get charged your entire time for the higher rate. So be aware of that, and those typically have no in and out privileges. And also point out that I forget what he said, but one of the floors down at the I think it's the Westin, right, is actually a private parking garage, not a public, not part of the hotel parking garage.
Yeah, it's like
So-
the one that's right near the back door of it that is actually a private one. So, or park at MARTA, Jess Combs says, because you can park at MARTA on some of those long-term lots for a lot cheaper. I think it's $5 or $7 a day the last time I looked, and it's totally worth it. So do that. Rox, you were talking about people's shoes and making sure that they broke them in. If you want a very certain hairstyle for Dragon Con, play with it first. Yeah, Rox, I've always loved your style. I absolutely do. I'm not joking. I wish I could do that all the time with my hair. But if you want to do that, get your hair cut about 2 weeks ahead of time. Start playing with it.
Yes.
Just, and
yeah.
do something weird if you want. Color your hair. You can make it purple. I do this all the
Or
time.
park at MARTA.
No, it's like $8 a day.
Oh.
$8 a day for people on MARTA for long-term parking.
Yeah,
And it's
if you're doing the whole Soyuz got to be glued, I think. That's the stuff that's almost like glue. So if you come up with a hairstyle, and again it's humid, so you might be carting around your hairspray. So be aware of that.
Especially
So
if you're
the more expensive hairspray got to be glued is really good, and that'll keep everything in place.
Aussie Mega Hole too.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
believe it
So-
or not, Aquanet. Aquanet,
Yeah.
there was a reason Aquanet was working, man. It holds it.
No.
Man.
Yeah, do not use Gorilla Glue on your hair.
Unless
Just
you don't need your hair later.
Elmer's. Not
Kung
glue.
Pao
No,
Kirby
just kidding. Don't do
points out that some of the hotels have scales to
Too.
weigh your luggage prior before to leaving, so you can adjust your luggage as appropriate.
And for those people checking out on Monday, you want to do it at a reasonable time, but you also want to make sure that you understand that they're going to take that luggage and put it somewhere else. They will hold it for you until you leave. It won't.
All right,
like,
so
they'll give you late checkout. But yeah.
here's my trick that I used to do all the time.
Uh-oh.
I would get up, I'm not kidding, like 6 a.m. Okay. And that's Monday. I would like pack the night before, and I would bring my luggage down to the concierge first thing that morning, 6 a.m. I'm not kidding. They'll store it. You can go back up to your room. This is why the elevators will get packed. So if you can at least get that out of the way of getting your
Right.
luggage stored downstairs, that would
Really
save you, trying to play. And here's the thing, when you have no luggage later in the morning and it's packed, you have no luggage because you already took it downstairs, you can scoot in with everybody else who's got luggage.
That's right. And you can almost every hotel now has a way to check out through your TV. You can even see your bill. So if you have a question, then you can call down and ask about it. But you can usually see your bill and check out online. Oh, right.
So Zan points out that the hotels typically put a hold for incidentals on your credit card, and as long as you haven't done any purchased anything, and B, that your room is okay, they will return it. But just be aware that there will be a hold on your credit card
Right.
of possibly up to $200, depending upon your specific person.
I am very weird about pillows now. That's on my do not forget list is my pillows. I have limitations, so I need my pillows. If you got something like that, do it. But by the way, if you got something like that, you're gonna have a problem unless you can get one of those squeezy things that make it flat and put it in your luggage if you're flying.
And don't take their pillows. Just don't.
Do not take their pillows. Do not. Oh, the
Yeah.
child I was telling all of y'all to say hi to in information services, he's just calling me. I gave it to the intern to handle, John. Always good.
We said hi. We said hi.
Dealing with luggage is one of the
Yes.
main reasons I stay until Tuesday.
That's right. Yeah.
Cannot, if you can afford it, it's
If you can. Yeah. But it's so lonely on Tuesday.
no, it's not. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I did that once. It was weird.
It is
All
weird.
all your friends are gone.
Okay, so John,
Yes.
are there any other tips that we have not gotten?
There's no other tips. There's lots and lots more tips. Tuesday is the new Monday. There's lots and lots of other tips that we could give. Jess points out it's a ghost town on Tuesday.
It's a lovely, quiet,
It's a lovely, quiet,
beautiful ghost town.
relaxing leave. But if you have some, you can of course email them to us at 50days@theuniquegeek.com. That's 50 days at theuniquegeek.com. Or you can even call in and leave a message for us on our comment line, which is 813-321-0884, 813-3210-TUG.
Have you checked that recently, sir?
Yeah.
Producer John, have you checked that?
Yeah. I have.
Just sure.
So either of those ways are a way to get a hold of us.
And we like it. And emails. We like emails too. We do.
Someone else was saying that no, it isn't all that quiet. There's a lot of people staying, a lot of people partying Monday night. And remember, Jerry says, remember, plan for all 6 days, but prep for 8. Always good to have extra. And the Dragon Con guys say, that, great show. Thanks. We appreciate that.
Oh, thank you guys. We had fun with this, and we're all friends still. I mean,
Yes.
we were.
Yes. It is a little late to play a game. Normally we would.
Oh.
Do you want to play the game? If you guys want to play the game, I'll stick around.
Oh, I got nothing to do right now.
All right. So, well, people type up some more of their stuff here. I'll share a game then.
Okay, well, I gotta
let
get
me
that little weird thing you send me.
yeah, let's do Dictionarium again.
Okay. Yeah, that one's usually pretty short.
Yeah. Here is you. Do you know where to go there, Rox?
No. What? What am
Here,
I
let me send
doing?
Let me make sure that Rox gets in. So,
Sorry, you got your face like that on your
Hold on.
screen.
forgot
Too
that I would normally send this to Rox. Go there. It's to that address, which is jackbox.tv. Anybody that wants to play with us tonight, you can do it. You can go to it on your phone if you want to, Rox.
Easier on your
I
back.
It's just a little pain. Or your PC or Mac or whatever. A browser.
Jackbox TV.
Jackbox.tv.
All right, hold on.
I think I know what the 4-room code is. What is it now?
And let me put it in the private chat first.
That's what I thought.
And then when you get there, Rox, type in that number, and then I will open it up for the group. Let everyone in the group know what it is in just a second.
John, I hope this doesn't mean I've got to oh shoot, that's gonna mean me having to do the censor. You want me to go out?
No. I don't think so. Not this one.
Okay.
So is it jacksboxgames.com?
No, jackbox.tv.
Jackbox.tv.tv.
Mhm.
.tv. All right. Okay, click on that. Enter a 4-letter code.
It's right there. COSH.
Is it all cap or lower?
Doesn't matter.
All right. Enter my name.
There you go.
All right. Anybody that wants to join us,
House.
spending is head over there to. There we go.
Oh, look at all these people who wanted to be. Oh, hi, Joe and Amy. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, Jess. Hi, Powell family, which means I'm gonna lose terribly. Eternal Dan.
All right, we're full.
Whoa, it's a fight.
Oh boy, oh
Oh,
boy.
Lee, you actually do have to say everybody is in.
Well,
I guess I didn't.
Oh, everybody's in. There we go.
There we go.
John, you gotta have some money.
Hello, salut! Welcome to the Dictionarium. It's a word pool, and the water is warm and complicated.
Do
Get
we want
in!
word or
Look
slang?
at all of you. I'm so glad you're here.
Say that again, Lee.
Do we want word or slang or
Word you haven't
somebody
heard before.
that's gone away? Now I
Define
guess.
it, create the
don't
synonym,
need
and
to.
use it in a sentence. You vote, you laugh, yada yada. It's a game. Oh, and for anyone watching, join the audience. Just input the room code and play along. Time to play.
along.
Right off the bat, I am giving you a new word. Write a definition for this word on your device.
So everyone that's playing should have gotten a word on their device, and you need to write a definition for that said word. And I'll put the music back up just a little bit.
Relax. You're making up words. The only way to mess up is if you accidentally create a real word like corncob or gazebo.
We must have been talking a long time. I'm on my waters.
You're hydrated though.
Yes, I am.
Hit submit on your definition.
Hurry up.
Let's check these puppies out.
Okay, so the first word is Mandorfian.
Mandorfian.
Mandorfian. Okay, thank you. I think half the fun is just trying to figure out how to pronounce these stupid words, made up words. All right, so here are the possible answers, possible definitions. The chemical your brain releases when a new episode of the Baby Yoda show comes out.
Oh, that's
A
good
fan
one.
of Star Wars spin-offs, a gazebo, or a Mandalorian fan dance. So Mandalorian is either a chemical your brain releases when a new episode of the Baby Yoda show comes out, or a fan of Star Wars spin-offs, a gazebo, or a Mandalorian fan dance.
And the official no takebacks definition for the word is
The chemical your brain releases when a new episode of the Baby Yoda show comes out.
time to do it again for the other word.
Okay, so this word is Rox, you want to give me the pronunciation of this word?
Imbelkin. Imbelkin.
Beckelin?
Imbelkin.
Imbecilin.
Definition that makes you
Imbelkin.
Imbekiln.
Imbelkin.
I'm B kiln. I'm being kiln. Anyway, blue cows the size of dogs, imbecile, a dunce at sword masking, or sword making, excuse me, I said masking, a dunce at sword making, or the latest Dragon Con craze. Let's see, this thing's flashing a little bit here. Okay, so and the winner is a dunce at sword making.
Hey,
I'm Bilking is a dunce at sword making. All right, here's the scores.
I got 0.
Joe and Amy are winning with
They're
830
cheaters.
points. Somebody
They're
else has
cheaters.
420.
This dictionary entry needs some synonyms to flesh it out. Ew, flesh.
Synonyms.
Write down a new word, something that matches the definition on your device. This is a quick round.
All right, so yeah, so now our contestants will be doing a synonym for either Mandalorian, which is the chemical your brain releases when a new episode of the Baby Yoda show comes out, or a synonym for I'm Bilkin, Beekiln, I'm Beekiln, a dunce at sword making.
Go, go, go. You don't have much time.
I don't know.
Let's check out these synonyms.
Okay, so we got the synonyms for
Choose the word that best fits the definition.
I'm Beekiln, a dunce at sword making. So there's a Foron, a Heightsmith, a Gordian, or a Firebreaker. So a synonym for Beekiln, I'm Beekiln, is Foron, Heightsmith, or Hittysmith. Heightsmith, I think is where it was supposed to be. Gordian or Firebreaker.
And the
Oh, I got a little
official
bit of
synonym that is replacing our old word is
Foron. Joe and Amy
Wow.
There you go. Joe and Amy.
cleaning up here.
you
Okay.
know what to do. Vote again.
So for Mandalorian, a possible synonyms are. Why does this keep flashing like that? Sirlorian, is that right?
Oh, I like that.
You're a laureate.
Grugo Token,
That's too
Tosin.
hard.
Grugo Tosin, Oh, I get it. Grugatosin. Yod or Jared files. Gerard files.
Fluorine.
Jetoforines. See, this is why I am the wrong person to be doing this. Grugatosin one, though. Grugatosin. Very good one.
Grogatosin was good.
Hey, I voted. All right, there's a problem with this app. I voted for that.
Well, they still get points.
Great.
I missed who's winning. I think it's still Amy and
Let's
Joe and Amy.
Cheaters. Cheaters.
write a sentence that incorporates the word on your device.
All right, so now they're going to write a sentence with either foron or grogatosin. 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 That's what I'm trying to say. As a reminder, foron is a dunce at sword making, and grogatosin is the chemical, grogatosin, excuse me, is the chemical that your brain releases when a new episode of the Baby Yoda show comes out.
Oh, crap!
Did you submit it before you meant to?
Yeah! It
Yeah.
was a good one, too.
Well, since you have a microphone, I'll let you finish your sentence verbally.
Okay. Like now?
Well, no, once it comes up.
Oh, well, it's not like I'm going to get any points, but that's okay.
Time is almost up.
Although it
Finish
does
up your
allow people to know
sentence.
who actually did it, so they might try to vote against you.
Oh, wow.
Or for you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I guess. I didn't get that far. I hit the return for some reason.
Yeah. It's happened to me before, too.
Ooh, I'm jazzed to see these.
Okay, so for grogatosin, a couple of the sentences we had. My grogatosin is highest when Baby Yoda is stealing food. I'm really glad grogatosin doesn't mean I have to go to, NA, Narcotics Anonymous. I need, let's see, what was the last one? I need grogatosin to start my Mando watch. And I had a hard day. I could use some grogatosin tonight.
I could use
had-
a dose of.
Oh, use a dose of. Okay, yeah.
I would assume
Again,
that's it.
typing on these things, some of these devices is difficult. I had a hard day. I could use a dose of grogatosin tonight. My grogatosin is highest when Baby Yoda is stealing food. I'm really glad grogatosin doesn't mean I have to go to NA, or Narcotics Anonymous, or I need grogatosin to start my Mando watch.
And the champion sentence is...
I'm really glad grogatosin doesn't mean I have to go to NA, which was
me.
Lee's, apparently. Okay, so foron, a dunce at sword making. Here are some of the sentences.
You'll read them
The
out.
Highlander sword was made by a foron.
Wow. I
I purchased this.
You wrote, now you vote.
Please pick
Was that
one.
yours? Was that yours,
Yes.
Rox?
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't show up.
Well,
even though the
I
sword-
purchased this question mark, right? I purchased
Even though the sword is made of foam, the foron messed up my weapon. Even though the sword is made of foam, the foron messed up my weapon. These swords look like some sort of foron made it.
I really like this.
Pick.
word.
I purchased this. Please.
The
pick that
Highlander
one.
sword
Just
was
pick
made
that
by a
one.
foron, or I purchased this, which does not have the word foron in it whatsoever.
Come on, please.
What
I
was your
want a
sentence
pity
gonna-
point.
What was your
A
sentence
pity
going to be?
point. I purchased this sword from the foron, and I have to pay extra charges to ship it home.
The winning sentence was, "These swords look like a foron made it."
Wow, fantastic entry in the dictionarium. I couldn't have done it better myself. And voila! You've made an important
Four on one, of
contribution
course,
to
as
the
we said
history of
before.
language. Oh, and now we get to see who won.
All right, here we go. Final scores. Joe and Amy won. Eternal Zan second, and
I
several
love
other
you
people.
though.
also.
I love you though.
I can't
Joe and
wait for
Amy,
your
I love you,
return.
though.
We do love you, Joe and Amy.
All right. Well, again, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you guys taking time out to join us. And if you have any more tips or tricks that you want us to share in the upcoming episodes or remaining episodes of 50 Days, 50 days at DragonCon, 50 days at theuniquegeek.com. 50 days at the
Hey, do we know the Powell family? Do we know
Yes.
them?
Yes.
Yes.
Did they play in your game live?
They have
They've,
been
Is
they've
that
done it.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Is the dad Silvermane? Is that the guy?
Actually, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll have to.
We love
look that up.
donating. Just
Just
says
check.
So anyway, so yes, until next time, for Lee, Rox, and all of our friends that have participated with us tonight and just watched. Until next time, this is John saying peace.
and bye.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody did point. I kept trying to vote on my phone, but I was
Victoria,
watching.
yeah.
I was watching with instead of the device I was using for the game. Yeah, okay. That happens. Oh wait, I guess I should be signing off now. Okay, so here's the sign off thing. Goodbye.
That would be a good idea.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. Call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
Virtual.
Post credits dance off. Da,
Oh.
da, 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 da.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh, are we still on? Hold on. Bye.